goodbye, July, and hello, August. I tell you what, it's still ripping, tater chipping hot as hell here in Denver, Colorado. Most humid it's been in 18 years this week here. Hopefully the weather wherever you're at is nice. Thanks again for tuning in. Hope everyone had a tremendous week. And if you supported us on DCPC this week, we did hit 300, so be sure to check that out. That is a two-part series. More to come on that, of course, but it's time to jump into the weekend. Enough mess around. My name, Kevin Badstone, bringing you all the fun and bringing in my man. That's Arthur, north of the border, Raw.
Hey, I love a little travel. I'm going to the most populous. Actually, right now, you might be listening to this while I'm on a plane, traveling to the most Asian populous city in North America, which is Vancouver. I'm going with my dad, father-son trip. Really excited about that. Do some whale watching, and I'm going to tell you some things to do this weekend, but that's later on.
We have August 1st in history art. Looks like we got a good breakdown here. Let's get it rolling. 1086.
Yep, 1086 today in history, August 1st. Results of the Domesday inquiry presented to William the Conqueror in Salisbury. So this is the date of the compilation, and the Great Domesday are historically consistable. Contestable. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah. So it's basically, this is like back in the day, a time where they were thinking religious things and like different doomsday and like how both could happen, I guess. But my whole point about what brought this as an interest to me is people have been worried about the doomsday event for over 1,000 years, over 900 years, whatever it is. And people are still talking about the end of the world and how it could happen soon. It's a never-ending conversation.
It's a never-ending story.
Never-ending story, and that's a whole subject within its own. Now, going to 1774, I know I've talked about a lot of the United States early colonies and their accomplishments during this time, but on this day in history, the English, this one's actually about oxygen. And then I'm moving on to the revolution next. So 1774, English chemist Joseph Priestley discovered oxygen by isolating it in its gaseous state. So I guess we didn't ever really know what chemical that was.
Until 1774.
And then this is the one I was thinking about. 1781, British Army General Cornwallis occupies Yorktown, Virginia. So that happened in 1781. And then, hey, we like to celebrate some flight, and aviation's a super cool thing. And celebrating the women in history, Harriet Quimby passes her pilot's test and becomes the first U.S. woman to earn an Aero Club of America aviator certificate. And that is what I got for today in history.
Nice little rundown there, Art. Good kickoff here to the new month, new weekend coming in, getting ready to leave the country and head north. Let's keep it moving. I got a story coming from another country, out of Argentina. A man was awarded $12,500 after the Google streetcar, the one that goes around and keeps all the images current for Google Maps and, various purposes. Well, they caught him naked in his yard, and he was behind a 6.5-foot fence. So it wasn't like he was just out in the front, watering the grass with his dick flopping around. He was just doing his thing in his yard. He wanted to be in the nude. So originally this thing went to court and they tossed it out. They said, that's on you, man, for being, leaving
naked in your backyard.
In your backyard. And then they took it back and they appealed it. And the courts decided, yep, you know what? This was a mistake. And we awarded him $12,500 in compensation. Of course, at this point, the media outlets had already gotten a hold of this photo. So it's still out there circulating if you want to take the time to find it. I do not.
Is it a good looking person?
I have not seen it. I have not seen the photo.
Okay.
But so this took place in 2017, and the settlement just happened here a few weeks ago. But yeah, his nude body, his house number, his street name, even though he was behind a 6.5-foot wall, was still released.
It got leaked. So it goes to show you that they just do this and release it without really double checking stuff.
No, they're just.
And then there's been that one where it was like some people, it looked like they were like disposing of a body.
Oh yeah.
Or like there's the dog that's chasing the Google stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they've caught some crimes and some funny things, but the case definitely highlights growing concerns over digital surveillance, privacy rights, and the responsibilities of tech companies as a whole. So great read there if you want to go further into it. That's coming out of Argentina.
Yeah, I mean that's a good one, and people deserve their privacy, and like it's a different world now.
It is.
You have all these drones and different things that are seeing the world from a new perspective, and we have it's a smaller world as far as everything is connected. And yeah, you go back 100 years, like people had more privacy. We did. And so, with the human rights associated with that, it's very interesting. And I'm going to now go into some interesting facts. This is just a fun one. I came across this, and I'm actually going to play a game with you, Kev. And you just have to say yes or no. And you're going to let me know if you knew this or you did not know this.
Okay.
I think you might know a couple of these, and just let's keep it honest for the listeners, okay?
All right, let's do it.
All right. So Abraham Lincoln was a licensed bartender. Did you know that?
Did not.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder what kind of drinks he was making. I think he's a whiskey king.
Did you know he was a bartender?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't really know any of these.
You don't know any of them. Okay.
I didn't know many. I think I heard this next one before, but I don't think I really knew it. But during his entire lifetime, Vincent van Gogh is known to have sold one single painting.
Nope.
So like basically he died, and then that's when his legacy was born.
Okay.
So he didn't even live to get to see his own like legacy
Of art.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. I feel like I did know this one. Lobsters have blue blood.
Yes, I grew up in lobster country.
Yeah, so you knew that one. Hell yeah. And like maybe they are aliens.
Lobsters are badass.
Maybe they're aliens.
They are big. They can get big.
They say octopus are aliens, but either way, the oldest continuous sporting event in the United States is the Kentucky Derby.
Yes.
You did know that?
Yep.
Okay, see, I would have thought it was like MLB.
Close.
But no, it's Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, horse racing.
Big hats and betting, baby.
Horses.
Big hats.
Keep me out of there.
Big hats and betting. I feel like you did know this next one, though. So after Steve Carell left The Office, which is one of your favorite shows, James Gandolfini, who's from one of your other favorite shows.
My all-time favorite show.
He was offered the role and reportedly turned it down.
So I did
to be on The Office.
I did not know that they offered it to Gandolfini because when you remember when Michael Scott left in season 6, they brought in Will Ferrell, they brought in Robert California, they brought in a couple new.
California was I enjoyed.
He ended up being the final one. They brought in what's the gal with the Greyhounds?
Oh yeah,
that kind of owned like the company Sabre.
Yeah.
So like they brought in all these different cameo type appearances. I did not know that Tony Soprano was because at this point that would have been around 2011. So the Sopranos were done. They wrapped in 2008.
But he turned it down, apparently.
Turned it down. I didn't know that.
So I think we both knew the animal here, but I didn't know the age. And I don't know if it's still alive or not, but the oldest living land animal on Earth is a 192-year-old tortoise named Jonathan.
What a great name.
Who named him Jonathan?
That's a good name.
Why wouldn't you start it with a T? I would have named it starting with the T for the tortoise. I think that the longest living animal in the ocean is like this Greenland shark that's like 300 years old.
Is that the one that swims like at the very bottom?
Yeah, this shit's just like
just kind of hanging on.
Just kind of going through. And then I got one more here. So the first successful electric car in the United States was made by a chemist, William Morrison, in 1890.
So I knew there was an electric car a while ago, but I didn't know 1890.
Well, yeah, and also like the Ford wasn't even out by then.
The Model T came out shortly after.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure about that. Hey, if you're watching this and you like to do fact checking, let us know if all these are correct.
Somebody probably will.
And that was just fun little interesting facts. There's a link on that, so there's hundreds of different interesting facts.
I like
that. If you hit that link.
Kind of switch it up a little bit, do something different this week with the facts. That's fun.
Yeah.
Bringing back to one of my classics. He's been out of my records for a few weeks. The Rush Man is back.
Okay.
Record breaker Rush back at it again. This time he's got his solid eyed buddy helping him with this one. Sometimes he has to have two people involved. He's done that with like the ball throwing and catching and throwing kind of things. Well, this one's about balloon popping. And if you tuned in last night, or if you haven't watched yet, our DCPC 300 balloons were TSM. And so on that note, serial breaker David Rush unofficially broke another record that he set. They popped 10 balloons between their bodies in 7.5 seconds. 10 balloon pops, 7.5 seconds.
It was like okay, you can only have one balloon in between at once?
Yes.
Okay, so like
yeah. It sounds like the toilet paper one. Remember that one? It sounded like I could probably do that. Couldn't do it.
Your video was pretty funny.
I don't know if I ever went public with that.
You didn't, but you still you sent it to me. And
if you still have it, we should send that out because I look like an idiot.
It's pretty hilarious.
But the fact remains, we had David Rush on our other program, DCPC. He told us the low-hanging fruit ones are kind of the ones he likes to go to. You could call this a low-hanging fruit record, but I guarantee you it's not as easy as it sounds.
No.
10 balloons, 7.5 seconds.
if you're gonna be in Guinness, like it's not gonna fall on your lap.
No, you're going to have to work at it. And so, sometimes then the other competitors will beat this. Maybe they'll do 11 in
Mhm.
7.4 seconds. And then David does it again. And then it's back and forth. But for right now, he's up to more than 181 congruent Guinness
And
Book of World
and
Records.
do we know the person who's behind him next to have the most amount
Yeah,
of?
remember it was Silvio Saba that he was like chasing?
No, but how many does Silvio have right now?
I'd have to pull it up and look. But
So
we were
like
tracking
how
it as he
far?
was
Like
closing
I
in
feel like isn't David like doesn't he have like
the most.
20 more
At this point,
or something?
it might even be 25 more at this point.
Okay, he's trying to widen that gap.
Because it was, if he's doing one a week, it was about the tail end of last year when we had him on
Hmm.
that he overtook for the all-time record.
Yeah, that's wild. That's
So
wild. Okay,
record breaker
so
rush, do it
so the
again.
second place guy was the guy who had it before.
Right.
So he's probably had away already for a while.
Yeah, and I think he's like kind of retired from record breaking. Like,
Yeah,
he
so
said it.
so the rush is like basically
Re,
just
re,
he's reestablishing where the benchmark
he's raising
is.
the bar.
And no one's chasing him right now that we know of.
He's got it dialed.
Damn. Let's go, Rush. That dude's awesome.
He's badass for sure. And that's my random records of the week. Next up is the Would You Rather. But first, we got to go over last week's results, Art.
A would you rather recap? And the question was, would you rather run everywhere or never be able to drive a car? So basically you're either in like public transportation or you're sprinting to do anything.
Yeah. So either you're walking everywhere, so you don't have a car basically,
Yeah.
or you're running
And
everywhere
you
instead of
decided
walking.
to run everywhere.
America's going with me.
No.
67% of America are running. They're not giving up their wheels.
That's crazy.
Sorry, Art. Only 33% are going with you
That's
on
crazy.
the public transit and walking around. It doesn't really surprise me. People want their wheels. I think this would only apply to folks that don't have cars or live downtown.
Until you start running everywhere and then you're tripping on
Oh, yeah.
stuff, you're stubbing toes.
Look, it's not a
you're spilling drinks. Like I don't think you or that 67% of the listeners know what they're talking about.
well, we win again, listeners. Thanks for siding with me on that one. What do we have this week, Art? I haven't even read it yet, so
Okay,
let's go.
so let me hit you with this. Would you rather? It's based on entertainment. Either way, your entertainment is getting interrupted. So you have two different forms of basically not seeing what you wanted to see. So would you rather be stuck in a 45-minute line to use the bathroom during an event that you really wanted to watch, like concert, whatever, comedy show, whatever it is, or have your seats, you're posted up, the show's about to start, and then a really big, tall guy sits or stands in front of you, blocking your view for the entire show?
So I'll tell you a story. At Metallica a couple weeks ago, I waited in line to go to the bathroom for 45 minutes.
Okay.
So I've already done it.
Okay.
And I've had a tall guy in front of me. So I've had both of these happen to me.
Me too. Neither are cool.
No, like literally, this just happened to me not long ago. The only like blessing there was Metallica kind of took a break halfway in the set.
Yeah.
So like I didn't miss a ton of stuff. I could still hear him playing. But yeah, I was in pisser line for 45 minutes because there was 150,000 fucking people there. And I've had the tall. I mean, fortunately, I'm 6'1", so I'm generally the tall guy. But if 6'4", 6'5", you get these big guys in front of me, that's not great either. I guess I'll take the tall guy.
What? You're getting blocked out for the whole show?
Yeah, I'll be able to see around him at times. I mean,
That's crazy.
Unless he's like completely massive, it's like Andre the Giant standing this close to me. I'll still be able to see what's going on.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Like I'm thinking you have assigned seats, and so there's no like. I mean, you could go find other seats and stuff and try to play that game, but
Yeah, I mean, because 45 minutes, if like you're at like let's say you're at a comedy show,
you're
and
missing a good bit.
well, they usually do an hour, so you're
Yeah.
only going to see 15 minutes of it. And I guess you can still kind of hear it from the bathroom line. I don't know. Look, there's a lot of gray area here. I'll take the tall guy and roll the dice.
Taking the tall guy. I'm gonna stand in the bathroom so that way, well, stand in line for the bathroom. So that way, when I am viewing the show, however much of it I'm getting,
You can see all of it.
I can see all of it, and
Interesting.
now I'm relieved because I use the restroom.
I'm sure a lot of the listeners and viewers have had this happen to them before, both scenarios.
Yeah, but the worst is when like you're like in a concert and you're just free flowing, and then like big people end up in front of you.
Oh, if you're in general admission, though,
You can move it around and
move
stuff.
around.
But it's like
That's why I'm taking that because
it's always a bigger bummer. And then you feel bad for the tall guys because everyone wants to give them shit. Like, hey man, you're blocking the view. Like, they're just trying to get a view too. So what? Do the tall people got to go to the back?
Yeah,
You know, you
that's
get in
height.
the back, you tall.
That's height discrimination.
Yeah. So what's up with that?
But if you're like 5'0", you can't see anything. You're just like in the crowd trying to look over
No,
everyone.
no, I know both have happened to me. Both are kind of awkward and annoying. So which way you going, America?
Let us know, comments below, or at Twitter X at Happy Fry. All right, my dumbass of the week. This might be in for dumbass of the year, which we do in December, of course. I'll just read you the title and then we'll dive into it. Serial butt sniffer arrested again in Burbank. That's right. You heard that correctly. Serial butt sniffer. 38-year-old Khalees Karen Crowder was a registered sex offender of Glendale. He was arrested back on July 22nd at the Nordstrom rack at the Burbank Umpire Center. Surveillance footage showed him following a woman around, crouching behind her and sniffing her buttocks while in the women's section. He was later located by a nearby Walmart.
Crawling?
Yeah.
He was like on all fours.
Yeah. I haven't seen the surveillance footage. I don't know if the footage is in this article. I guess you can go down and take a peek. But I'm just covering how ridiculous this is. So Crowder has a long criminal history of behavior dating back to 2021. He's got incidents that involve conduct, burglary, robbery, indecent exposure, urinating in public. And then he was, of course, a registered sex offender. And it looks like he hasn't really learned his lesson, Art, because he's out here doing this odd activity, this just completely unacceptable, bizarre behavior. His bail's been set at $100K. Just good. Get this guy off the streets.
Yeah, he's a total creep.
He's a creep. Total, absolute creep. And so he's supposed to appear in court today. So we'll see which way this thing goes. Maybe a follow-up here on our Dumbass of the Week. Khalees Karen Crowder, you 38-year-old moron.
I mean, come on, man. Like,
yeah, what are you doing?
Especially like, look, if you're gonna be so obsessed with sniffing ass in public, like you think you would at least come up with a decent plan to do it. You know what I'm saying? Not crawling around all obvious. Like, that is way too obvious.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into sniffing ass, you know, it's an odd fetish, I would say. But yeah, I would agree. There's crawling around in the women's section at Walmart or the Nordstrom rack is just not cool, man. No. Women already feel uncomfortable as it is when a man approaches them, you know, and when they're in a vulnerable position and they're in there like just trying to shop for clothes.
So here's my question, and like morally speaking, I'm okay with some battery happening here. But if it was in the courts, like let's say that like this dude is on all fours trying to catch a whiff, and then like the gal turns around and like knees him in the face, or like he catches a foot to the
I feel like
to the groin, and he
self-defense.
Yeah, so like that should hold up in court. Like if you kick a creep.
I mean that is a form of sexual harassment to, you know, sexual. I don't know what they would put, what category that would fall under, but it's some sort of sexual harassment.
Yeah, I think it's just that
unwanted sexual behavior.
Yeah,
right. And so this guy's no good. Let's hope they throw the book at him here. Will it stop him though? He might just get out and go sniff some more ass.
Well,
that smells like
there's plenty of booty in prison.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Just tighten up, would you? This guy needs to tighten up. All right. Dumbass.
You know, how do you fix this?
The Burbank butt sniffer? I mean, come ridiculous. On, man. It's so ridiculous it had to go into Happy Friday.
That's ridiculous. Put him in an animal shelter with big dogs.
Get him out of here. Yeah, let him sniff the dog's ass.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what the answer is here, but
humans are very interesting, and I wanted to take my hat off in respects to the firefighters, and this kind of just came up a little random while I was searching for articles. I left a link to the page that I was on. Of course, those are fluid, so it might change as time goes on. But I'm looking for a cool article, ridiculous article for Happy Friday, and I just see stuff about firefighters. Firefighters help puppy free its paw from the bathtub drain. Firefighters dig hole to cut through pipe to reach stranded calf. Firefighters rescue cow from Oklahoma swimming pool. And that was like
that was a challenge.
Literally 3 minutes, like just surfing some stuff. And so all of our service members, anyone in the military, police, paramedic, firefighters, all of y'all, I just want to say you are the heroes of the week. I like to do these Hero of the Week articles, and I just wanted to recognize anybody who gives up their time to help society work. And sure, there's always some bad apples in the bunch, but it won't spoil this whole bunch for me. And, you know, I know some more personally, and I know the sacrifice that they make. and I just wanted to take my hat off and pay respects on this happy Friday America to the firefighters, paramedics, police, military servicemen and women, and just pay some respects there because a lot of people give them a very hard time and hold them to a high standard, and they're making difficult decisions. They're living through things that are hard to forget, and they have to
It's true.
carry that burden and weight, and I don't think it's talked about enough.
No, I don't think it is either. A lot of people just take it for granted, want to throw rocks and mud and, defund and get rid of these people. And these guys are heroes. They're out in the front lines taking grenades, basically, is what it is. It's
Yes.
a war zone out there, folks. And these folks are actually trying to do good and save lives, instead of take lives.
Well, and what was that thing too? I feel like this was a flash in the pan, but like somebody lit a wildfire and then like was armed and opened fire as the firefighters came.
Yeah, I mean,
Like that's wild. That's wild.
it is. It's beyond. I don't know. The shit that goes on day to day, it's so bad. We touched on it a little bit. Like it's desensitizing a lot of people. The crime, the gore, everything that's going on out there, and we just see it, and people just start filming it and don't take action. And it's just, yeah, great article. Good nod to the heroes.
Yeah, hey, we like to keep it fun, keep it light here on a Happy Friday, but sometimes it's good to have a reminder of what we should also be thankful for. So I'm thankful for all of them.
Absolutely.
And then
Great article.
now we're gonna move into a pizzeria mishap.
Yeah, this is quite the situation here. So, famous Yeti's Pizza out there in Staunton, Wisconsin. This took place between October 22nd and 24th of last year, 2024. And there was an incident where they accidentally infused their pizza with THC oil. So, 80,
How does one accidentally do that?
yeah, I mean,
Like, are they a co-pot shop?
no, I don't think they were a co-pot shop. They thought they were using canola oil, but they were using THC oil. So somebody was probably stoned making this pizza and fucked up pretty badly. So 85 people were unintentionally intoxicated with THC. There was 107 people that consumed pizza that day. 85 experienced symptoms. So probably that bunch that didn't experience it were probably had a high tolerance to THC. Would be my guess. Because only 85 had symptoms.
Wait, so it was all the pizza this day?
It was all 107 people ate the pizza that day. And so 15 tested positive for THC. 33 sought medical care, probably because
they were paranoid.
Well, I mean, if you've never had it and you're like, what is going on? Why do I feel this way? What was in that pizza? Right? And so the restaurant did close and had to reopen after they had to cooperate with the health authorities, because this is a big fuck up. You can't be doing this.
Yeah, the fact that they're reopening
is amazing. And they probably had to pay massive amounts of fines. I don't have the details as far as like the legalities behind it, but just an interesting article there. You never really know what's in your food out.
In Wisconsin, huh?
In Wisconsin.
Is that even like a legal state? Like, I don't even know if it is.
What does that mean?
Where marijuana is legal.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure Wisconsin has legal marijuana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that for sure, but I believe they're at least on the medical side.
Okay.
Because we have over 50%.
It's like that's like, if it's not legal, then
that's a big deal.
Yeah.
I think Wisconsin might be at the very least medical, but probably rec. Let me fact check that on the go here, because someone's probably like, you're an idiot.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but
Wisconsin,
I have
legal.
Definitely felt the effects of having too much edibles before, and
no, it's not legal.
You get really anxious. Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's not legal. So
that's actually a big deal. You get really anxious if you have too much, and you're not too. Even if you do it frequently and you have too much, it'll still make you feel anxious. So
I wouldn't have wanted to experience this. You think you're eating a slice of za and then you're getting you're yakking from pot.
I mean, it's kind of funny, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's kind of funny, but not.
I'm wondering what this is going to do to their PR. Like, does Yeti's Pizza in Wisconsin blow up now? Are people like, we're going in? We want a slice from that place.
They're not. It was an accident.
Yeah, they're not going to do it again. But now it's like a tourist thing. Like, oh, this is where those people got fucked up unintentionally.
Maybe it's an idea for one of the legal states.
I mean, Colorado has. I think we have a spot downtown that does marijuana infused food.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard about it.
I wonder how much you're paying for a burger there. Like, okay, let's say that like it's a decent $12 to $15 burger. Like, how much more am I gonna have to pay for that burger to have it marijuana infused?
Probably another 10.
You think they're adding 10 on top?
Yeah, it'd probably be a $25 burger.
I wonder where it is. Is it in the bread? Is it like how you infusing it? Does it taste?
I've never heard about
affecting the flavor.
Marijuana infused burger. I mean, all you have to put on it is the THC oil.
What are they doing? Like fudge? What are they doing?
Yeah, fudge is probably pretty common. I've heard Pizzas, obviously, because they can get the THC oil right into the dough. Obviously, we saw what happened
Well, I
there.
mean, that's what I'm talking about, the bun.
Yeah, it would have to be the bun.
Yeah.
You don't want to inject it in the meat.
Yeah, how would you
don't want the infused meat.
infuse? I mean, I could see it in a hot dog because,
Yeah,
like, who knows what's in there?
yeah, you don't want to squirt it in there.
I don't know how they infuse the food, but definitely a big accident. And I honestly think it would be kind of funny to be a bystander and watching some of this unfold and being like, "Oh, that's what happened."
Well, they're under a microscope now. I mean, the Food Administration is going to be in there, health and services, like making sure that this place is staying dialed. They're going to be audited regularly.
Do you think it was somebody that actually wanted the business to fail
I don't
and
know.
they sabotaged it?
It could, or it could just be a dumbass. Maybe the person that was working there was an idiot.
But how expensive would that whole bottle of infused oil cost in an illegal state?
Yeah, a lot. Well, obviously they probably drove over to.
But you know what I'm saying?
They're right there by Minnesota and Michigan.
It was like homemade or something.
Places where they can get it across the border.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, people are doing it. You don't think people in Kansas are coming to Colorado and then bringing the shit back?
Hey, I can't endorse any of that here.
I didn't say I was endorsing it, but it's probably happening.
There's a lot happening, and there's a lot going on this weekend too.
There is a lot going on this weekend. The last weekend for the Renaissance Fest. Art, you went last week.
I went last week, and I will say that the Renaissance Festival in Larkspur, Colorado, last time I went was probably 5-7 years ago. This was the best. I've seen the costumes, the cosplay, the environment. It was the best I've ever seen the Renaissance Fair. I felt like I was in a video game for straight up 3 hours just walking around. It was awesome.
If you've never experienced it, I would say you at least got to do it once in your life. I did it in 2015.
You should invite Crystal. Crystal, yeah. Next time, it's happening.
What, next year?
Yeah.
When it's back?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be a great date.
Okay, well, thanks for putting that out there,
Maybe
Art.
we do a double
we
date.
have to commit to that for a year from now. That's great. But the Ren Fair, basically, the point I was trying to make was when I went in 2015, I saw everything I needed to see. I was like, that was an experience. I don't know if I need to go back there, but apparently I'm going back there now.
Hey, there's other things going on this weekend too.
Yeah, what do you got going on, Art?
So I'm going to explore some new trails, try some new coffee, and I'm going to international travel with my dad. The point behind all that is that we only have today once, and, I'll put stuff on credit card if I need to, pay it back. It's all about the experiences. We always get another check. We can never get another day. And I'm so happy that I got this father and son trip planned out with my dad.
I'm excited for you guys. The captain's going to have a great time. I know he's looking forward to it. Captain Lee is a solid lad for sure. Always have a good time whenever he's around. We got to get him on a show one time. But of course, if you're out in the Des Moines area, I just had to say it to piss people off in Iowa. Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines,
Iowa. Head about 30 minutes west of there out to Newton, Iowa. The track's pretty much sold out all weekend. Iowa Speedway only holds 30,000 people. It's not a lot.
It's not a lot.
Compared to where we were at last week, they hold over 300,000. But NASCAR is in town. It's our second time ever in the Cup Series going to the cornfields of Iowa. Should be a fantastic race. We'll be here on this YouTube channel Monday night. Break it all down. Jeff, NASCAR Sky, and yours truly.
Nice.
Great weekend, America.
Yeah, excited for that. And thank you so much for tuning in and being a support here. And you can support us online as well at Happy Friday America or Happy Friday USA for Instagram, Facebook, on Twitter or X, Happy Fry, Fri USA. Shoot us an email if you want to get a little bit more intimate at happyfridayamerica@gmail.com. And that's it, folks. Enjoy the weekend.